Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Crazy D's Equipment. Today let's talk about proper storage of your collector tractor.
Hey everyone, hope you're enjoying the video. Thanks for tuning in to our episode. So Dave and I were talking about taking a road trip and we decided we'd love to meet you all. What we're looking for is submissions to an email address that is crazydequipment@gmail.com. In the submissions, we want to know, of course, your name, your contact information, a little bit about your family's history, your family farm history, the type of equipment that you have. Send us some pictures also. We'll go through the responses and pick a place to go. We're really looking forward to taking a little bit of time off and some vacation and getting to meet the people that make up the channel is what we're looking forward to doing. So again, you'll send those emails to crazydequipment@gmail.com. Excuse me, they'll include your name, contact information, a history on your family's farm. We're willing to travel anywhere that we can drive to, so keep that in mind. Sorry folks across the seas, we'd love to meet you, but that's not in the plans for now. Enjoy our videos, tune in, and we'll have more to come. Thanks again.
So guys, fall's coming and we're getting to the end of show season, and a lot of us guys have nice painted up tractors like this one here, and it's time to put them up for the season. So I just wanted to go over some basic quick little things that you need to do that'll help you next year when it's time to get this tractor out of the shed and get it ready for show season or pool season or parade season or tractor ride season or whatever you do with it. So these are just some of the things that I do when I put this thing up for the year. This year, Doc's going to have to do a little carburetor work on this one before it goes up. Not running this tractor enough, we're starting to have some issues with the carburetor, but that's a whole nother ordeal, and we'll talk about that later. So let's first start out with the battery on your tractor. So if your tractor's 12 volt or 6 volt, that's really important. I always put a maintainer on my battery. I have a 6 volt maintainer in the garage that I put on this battery every year, and to make sure that when spring comes next year and we're talking about shows and parades and to get Angie out on the parade routes and doing that stuff, her driving the tractor through the parade with the kids, that we make sure that the battery's charged up and the battery's ready to go. 6 volt batteries don't have the best life, I've found, but I've also, with this battery, I've had really good luck with the fact that I've kept it charged on a maintainer and stuff. It has lasted a lot longer than it would be if I just let it try to survive the winter in the garage and charge it up when I'm ready to start the tractor and use it. So the other thing I like to do is when I get these tractors driven into the shed or the garage, I like to shut the fuel off and let them run until they run out of gas, and they draw all the fuel out of the carburetor and out of the lines and stuff. Today's fuel, you all know, is more corn than it is gas, and which is, for the corn guys, not a bad thing. For these old carburetors, not a great thing. So it's really important to get that burned out of your carburetor and stuff. And I recommend doing that if it's a tractor that if it's a show tractor or it's a work tractor that you use mainly just through the summertime and it's going to sit most of the winter. Shut the fuel off, let it run until it dies, and all the fuel is cleaned out of the carburetor. It'll make your life a lot easier. Now, this carburetor here, I have done that every single time I've shut this tractor off, but what I've got is the last time this tractor was parked after the show, it's just set and it's not been used, and I'm having some carburetor issues. And these old tractors, you're going to have carburetor issues. That's just part of the deal. So, but anyways, let me move over here. So let's talk tires. So there's multiple things you can do on tires. It depends on how long it's going to set. I always just like to check my tire pressure. None of these tires have any calcium or any extra weight in them, so as long as my tire pressures are good, I'm going to be fine for the season, for the storage season. I know guys that like to jack the tractor up and block it underneath so there's no pressure on the tires as it sits, and I consider that more for a long-term storage thing. If it's going to sit for a couple, maybe a year or two before the tractor is going to be removed from that shed or something, or if it's something you're not going to do anything with, you know, it's just going to sit in the shed, then maybe do that thing. The other thing is, if your tires have calcium, then I recommend to get that as a show tractor, or get that out of there. Get it out of there. Just get it out of your tire. Get it out of your rim. You're going to pay for it. If you guys look behind me, you notice the really beautiful WD Alice is sitting with a lean. That's because it had calcium in the rear rims. It ate the rear rim on the one side. The guy, when he restored the tractor, he took a shortcut. Instead of replacing the rim or properly welding the rim up, he used a putty to replace it. The putty popped out. The tube caught the hole. The tube now has a hole, the tire is now flat, and now me and the doc have to find a tube to replace that, or a rim to replace that rim, to get it painted up, get it back on the tractor, have a new tube put in, the brand new tire, and get that done. So shortcuts are always long cuts. They will eventually come back to bite you in the butt, no matter how good of a shortcut you are. So, but those are just some very basic things I wanted to talk to you about putting your tractor in storage. Just things to think of, things you might just walk past or overthink or whatever. You know, I always check my coolant in my tractors too. You know, if they're mostly running in the summertime, you don't got to worry about, you know, how much coolant you got going in there. But when you think about it, if they're going to be sitting in the shed over the winter, especially you guys up north, you know, you're going to want to make sure that the coolant in the radiators and stuff, that it's not just water, and that it's cold enough, or it'll handle cold enough, cold temperatures, that you don't find come spring you go to start the tractor and you got a cracked block, or you got a radiator that's split from ice. So those are things that I always make sure. For here, we don't get that cold. My coolant is safe in this one. I do need to get this one put back in the garage. I'm done. There's going to be no more shows or pulls or whatever for me. They end about this time for us. We used to have a tractor pull at the state fair, but they took our building away and we don't have that anymore. So we're pretty much done for the year. So Doc will get this thing to go, and I'm have him road it back to my house, which is not very far from the lot, and we'll get it put in the garage. And then I think we need to get Angie's show tractor, or Angie's parade tractor that's at the farm, brought into town and put in the garage too for next year, so it don't take long for paint to fade and stuff with the tractor sitting outside. So we definitely want to get that put up so she has her parade tractor for next year. So, but anyways, guys, those are just some things I wanted to touch base on. Again, please share your collections with us. We really, really want to come out and meet you guys and see your collections and film and share that with everybody. I know you guys are very proud of what you got. Well, I'm very proud of what I got. So let's share it with the communities out there, and let them know what we got tractor wise. So, but anyways, guys, thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later on.